So I am in the end.
Wow, 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 wow. Well, good morning, each and every one. Welcome to another session of wisdom and growth with the L.C.A. Today, we're going to dive right into Proverbs 8, a chapter that's beautifully personifies wisdom and reminds us of its eternal value. I'm pleased, guys, to say I am happy and I want to share some stuff with you. But, ladies and gentlemen, I created a song just for our family here, and I want to let you guys hear it if it's all right. And we can move on from there. But I gotta, I think it's great for and I really want you guys to actually leave a comment at the bottom of this so you can tell me whether we should go with it. Is it a yes, no, maybe so? But I think it would be a good thing to start this call off with some great information that can actually musically make sense because it's a message in the music, right? So what I'm going to do is bring it right up and we're going to get started.
All I do is rise no matter what. Got greatness on my mind. I'm never giving up. And every time I step up in the game, I level up. Everybody's hands go, and they stay there. Cause all I do is rise. And if you're with me, put your hands to the sky. Woke up with a purpose, my vision is clear. No fear in my heart, I'm shifting the gears. Success is my language, I'm fluent in grind. Every setback's a setup for me to shine. Pressure makes diamonds, I'm proof that it's true. Hard work and faith, yeah, that's what I do. Failure's behind me, my focus ahead. Every step I take, I'm breaking new bread. All I do is rise no matter what. Got greatness on my mind, I'm never giving up. And every time I step up in the game, I level up. Everybody's hands go up and they stay down. So all I do is rise. And if you're with me, put your hands to the sky. Said I couldn't do it, but look at me now, standing tall, unshaken, wearing my crown. Dreams don't work unless you do, that's the code. So I hustle through the rain, yeah, I carry the load. Champions are built in the moments you grind. Through the sweat, through the struggle, through the mountains I climb. I don't stop, I keep going. My eyes on the prize. Because winners keep winning, and all I do is rise. It's no boundaries, I'm breaking the chains. Every loss is a lesson, every fall is a game. I'm built for this. My spirit is tough. When the road gets hard, I still rise up. Do is rise, no matter what. Got greatness on my mind, I'm never giving up. And every time I step up in the game, I level up. Everybody's hands go up and they stay there.
Wow, wow, wow. They stay there, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are a winner today, let's put our hands up in the air and give that one a good review. Yes, no, maybe so, but this is for you. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, today it's my opportunity as we've been on this level of a journey we call the journey of book of Proverbs. I know when we got ready to get this one started, like here, first I want to introduce each and every one of you to the LCA book club, and that's just about what it is. But we don't just do what the people in the average book club does. What we do is, like most people in the book club, they read, but guess what we do? We read, we study, we discuss it, we come back and reread it, and then after you read it again, and then you get to share it with your friends, family, and coworkers. So with that being said, I want the first young lady, her name is Deidre, and she is going to read the first few verses of Proverbs 8. Proverbs 8. And after she's finished reading, she is going to simply share what she got from Proverbs 8. How about that? And then we're going to come back out and we're going to go to our next reader. Okay? So let's go, Miss Lynn.
Why he already know about it?
Mm-hmm.
I said, what?
That's,
He said, Mommy,
that's
I,
hate.
he said, all you gotta do is go on TikTok and look all that stuff up and you just learn about it. I said, oh my goodness. I said, can you teach me?
Wow. Wow. Right. Lynn.
So I am in the NLT,
Okay.
and I'm on my app. So if you want to hear it, and another one, I can do that rather quickly. So can everyone hear me?
Yes.
How many verses?
We're reading from Proverbs, ladies and gentlemen. And Proverbs is pretty extensive. So why don't you go from 1 to 12?
Okay. There's a break there after 11. All right. Wisdom calls for a hearing. That's the heading. Listen as wisdom calls out. Here, as understanding raises her voice. On the hilltop along the road, she takes her stand at the crossroads. By the gates at the entrance to the town, on the road leading in, she cries aloud, I call to you, to all of you. I raise my voice to all people. You simple people, use good judgment. You foolish people, show some understanding. Listen to me, for I have important things to tell you. Everything I say is right, for I speak the truth and detest every kind of deception. My advice is wholesome. There is nothing devious or crooked in it. My words are plain to anyone with understanding, clear to those with knowledge. Choose my instruction rather than silver, and knowledge rather than pure gold. For wisdom is far more valuable than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with it.
Wow. 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 So, ladies and gentlemen, I really want y'all, and again, she just read from Proverbs, the NLT version. Now, I know y'all probably saying, some of y'all never heard of the NLT. You might have heard of the NIV. Some of you may have heard of, most of us, I've always asked this question, how many of us have read the Bible reading it from the King James Version? And I'm pretty old here, so at the end of the day, I've been around a little bit. I'm proud to say that though, right? Because I'm still here. Yet, King James Version, and I remember that was the first Bible that I had ever noticed in the house, sitting on the table or in the church that they would give out to us as Bibles to read from. And at the end of the day, guys, it was like I was so afraid of that book. But don't let it be about me. We're going to go ahead and see exactly what Lynn took from the chapter. Hold on. So, Deidre Lynn, come tell us what you got out of that you just read.
So I am in the NLT. Okay. And I'm on my app. So if you want to hear it, another one, I can do that rather quickly.
Oops.
So, and you said 12 to 16. Boom. Amen. Accessible, but on a whole, you talking about. I heard this. I was reading this. We've seen with the fall of Adam. Were you to knowledge rather than pure gold? You simple a hearing. That's the need, understanding and knowledge. It's almost like wisdom with. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I got a little bit messed up, but I'm gonna start with we are now hopefully. So I am in the NLT, knowledge rather than pure gold. For wisdom is. I think because. Why do you think wisdom? Were you to it?
Mm, that was good. That was good. Wow. What did you get from that, Lynn?
Well, wisdom is first and foremost. It's important, and for you to get the most of it, you have to have achieved understanding and knowledge. It's almost like wisdom. wisdom without understanding and without knowledge is not a good thing.
Wow. Why do you think wisdom is portrayed as calling out to people? That was for
That's a
you.
good question. Anybody?
I think because just as we've seen with the fall of Adam and Eve way back in Genesis, there's evil, there's doing foolish things, and wisdom is calling out to people because it's calling us out of the mindset of wickedness and unhealthy relationships. All these, poverty. There's so many things, folly, just doing foolishness, things that just doesn't benefit the mind or the soul or the body. So wisdom is like, it's a cry, it's a plea. You guys are killing yourself. You're choosing death, and it's calling out to give life. So that's what I think.
Wow. And that right now brings us to where we are as I am sharing this particular proverb. And she read from 1 to 12, just in case you didn't catch that. But when you hear this, leave a comment and let us know what you got out of that. And I believe that would actually, it helps the community. So if you're on our, YouTube page and you're listening in, please share your comments as well. So where I think I'm gonna go this time, and I don't know, hopefully you guys can really catch on to this. Let me see. And I want Diane to literally come up and share, because Diane is such a knowledgeable young lady when it comes to this information. She's very well rounded, and it is just a pleasure to hear from her. So I'm going to ask her to come up and read just the next four. And then right after that, I'm going to have Miss Naima come up and read after that as well. Okay? So hold on to your seatbelts. Let's hear from Diane. I want Diane to read from 12.
I possess. Versions on here. 8. And you said 12 to 16. All right. I, wisdom, dwell together with prudence. I possess knowledge and discretion. To fear the Lord is to hate evil. I hate pride and arrogance, evil behavior and perverse speech. Counsel and sound judgment are mine. I have insight. I have power. By me, kings reign and rulers issue decrees that are just. By me, princes govern and nobles, all who ruled on the earth.
Didn't I just say parents? Because she actually hit leaders, rulers, mothers, parents, anybody that leads people. For you that's listening on the call, even if you're not leading a organization or leading the choir, but we all are leaders in some kind of way. What do you think about that? You understand? So I'm gonna see what Diane really has to say about this. Did I just say that? What did you get from that, Diane? See, a lot there for me.
I the skinny of what I got is that uh, any successful thing is from wisdom.
Anything.
Anything.
Yes.
You're a prince governing and ruling. It doesn't matter if you're a king, it doesn't matter. Whatever, once there needs to be some type of counsel, sound judgment, like she says, those are hers, um, knowledge, discretion, all these things are all part of wisdom. So from that, I get that anything, it doesn't matter if we're talking about wealth, if we're talking about health, relationship, it doesn't matter. Anything,
Anything.
success needs to have wisdom.
So you said, listen. So listen to how this reads. It says, I.
Yeah,
Who is the I representing?
wisdom.
Y'all hear? I, wisdom, live together with. Now that's the word right there. It says, I together live with. So it seems like no matter which way or which direction you are traveling, maybe you're having a little bit of it's almost like I know where to discover knowledge and discernment. That's what it says here. So when you say I, wisdom, live together, it seems like you should always have this type. If you got any kind of a decision that you need to make, it would seem like to me you might even want to look at it. And today's technology, you might even say, hey, Google, I'm asking questions, right? That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that. All right. So, Diane, I have a question. Accessible, but must be actively chosen.
Yes.
Do you agree? And why?
Yes. I believe that there's some people that just have a wise sense, like my grandmother, and it could have been also from the Bible or it being handed down to her. But I always saw my grandmother as being the type of person who didn't have to think hard into wisdom. It's almost like she just operated as a woman, and I feel like that's something that you pretty much have to train yourself to do. You choose it, and as you keep choosing it, it becomes a habit to say, before I make any decision, no, what I'm gonna pray, what I'm gonna meditate, what I'm gonna take some quiet time to really think on what that decision making is, instead of just making a rash or harsh decision. I feel as if you have to really practice seeking wisdom. Like it has to be so intentional. Um, just like when we talk about, you know, having good thoughts, having good thinking for your day, meditating, all these Kiko, Kiko, all these things. Oh, sorry, the neighbors shoveling the yard, and Kiko thinks he shouldn't be out there. So I believe that yes, it has to be sought after, and the more you sought after wisdom, is the more it becomes a part of you, where you realize that it's easier to just not make some bad mistakes and then try to fix it. You try to, when you do things, say, you know what, I need to seek some guidance, some counsel. I need to really, look into this before I make the decision.
Wow, that's really that's for adults though, lady. You know that. That's for the grown folks.
Okay.
You know that, right? Go ahead, Michelle.
I was going to say, wisdom really is everywhere, and sometimes it just comes unwanted or unexpectedly. So yesterday, I got a phone call from some guy, and he asked me if I wanted to go meet somewhere, and I'm like, "Do I know you?" And he said that he had gotten my number, and I gave it to him on some dating site last year, and so I really didn't want to go nowhere, but I said, okay, you know what? There's a first watch. I'll meet you over there. And he says, well, I was thinking that you can meet me at my room. I'm like, what?
And the more.
So I want to kind of piggyback based on what Diane just actually said. That made so much sense. Guys, at the end of the day, like again, I asked her a question, and then, she brought up her grandmother. But at the end of the day, you think of older people and stuff like that. And let me ask you a question. When you read Proverbs, are you reading it with the intent of who you are becoming at the end of the day? Are you reading the book for you to get the wisdom, for you to get a better understanding, so that you can become a better person or a better you at the end of the day? I think that's where this is really leading us to. You want to carry this with you, because she's yelling, yo, 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 his wisdom, wisdom. You need to hire me. She's like calling you, hire me. Keep me with you at all times. Even when that person runs in front of you, you want wisdom to be on your side. Even when somebody do something stupid, you want wisdom to be in that daggone glove compartment. You want wisdom to be in that pocketbook. So when you go, yep, guess what? Wisdom just spoke to you. That's why we are studying to become, which makes us intentional. Hopefully you got that. Wow, this is really good, guys. That you just read. I like that. Thank you. Had to mess with you a little bit. Come on up here, Miss Naima. Do your thing. Read the rest of this.
Give me 1 second. I'm transitioning from room to room.
Now, right after this, we bringing up Miss Naima. She's a very well spoken when it comes to this information. She was the one that got me, and I got so excited to be on this journey. And hopefully, based on this information, you are just as excited as we are. So, Miss Naima, if you will, just come on up here and do your thing. As she goes from, I believe, Diane probably went up to 21 or 22, or no, I think Diane went up to 4, because she only read 4 verses, guys, but it was very powerful, and that's why we stopped it. But please come up here, Miss Naima, and continue where she left off and complete this chapter, guys. So thank you, and let's go.
I'm
Oh, I'll give you 2.
And what verse did she stop at?
21.
Right. I have 22 to where?
The end.
Okay, 31. All right. All right. Reading out of the Message. This is God sovereignly made me the first, the basic, before he did anything else. I was brought into being a long time ago, well before Earth got its start.
And you're in the Message, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I arrived on the scene before ocean. Yes, even before springs and rivers. Reese just ordered hers. Yes. Before springs, rivers, and lakes. Before mountains were sculpted and hills took shape. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was already there. Newborn. Mm-hmm. Long before God stretched out Earth's horizons and tended to the minute details of soil and weather and set sky firmly in place. I was there. When he mapped and gave borders to the wild ocean, built the vast vault of heaven, and installed the fountains that fed oceans. When he drew a boundary for sea, posted a sign that said no trespassing, and then staked out Earth's foundations. I was right there with him, making sure everything fit. Day after day, I was there with my joyful applause, always enjoying his company, delighted with the world of things and creatures, happily celebrating the human family. So, my dear friends, listen carefully. Those who embrace these my ways are most blessed. Mark a life of discipline and live wisely. Don't squander your precious life. Bless the man, bless the woman who listens to me, awake and ready for me each morning, alert and responsive as I start my day's work. When you find me, you find life, real life. You say nothing of God's good pleasure, but if you wrong me, you damage your very soul. When you reject me, you're flirting with death. Wow. 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 Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow.
Was that a hard pill to swallow? To swallow?
What's resonating with you today? Wisdom is the principal thing. Wisdom is life. The opposite of wisdom is death. Period. There before the foundations of the world. So, yeah, it said God sovereignly made me the first, the basic, before he did anything else. We could stop right there. Wow. Oh, my God. Talk to me. Yeah. Wisdom is the principal thing. It's needed, and we have it. It's something that we're born with, and one of the things that I've learned in life is that it was a lot of things you talked about love. It was a lot of things I thought on the outside that I already had on the inside. Now it took me doing some work, to realize that I was, what do you say, looking for love in all the wrong places. Love comes from within. He gave it, just like he gave wisdom. Wisdom is coming from within. It's a God-given gift, And like you got to seek it, because we have allowed things on the outside to distract us from what's on the inside. Marketing, and this is a very strong tool. And it seeks to pull you away from what you already had by telling you a half truth. That's the only trick that the devil had. He told a half truth.
And do he get most of us? Hilarious.
He made what he wants you to doubt is the wisdom. God gave
Amen.
Adam and Eve the wisdom from the beginning.
Mm, 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 mm. Before everything else.
Before everything else. Yeah. Yeah.
So Proverbs is a very powerful chapter and this is what I'm gonna help you guys really. What does it really do? It says this really, it's like hmm, personifies, right? So this is really good, but what I really need to do is hear from somebody out there and allow me, because see, I know I'm over here just like you may, when you hear a person say, wow, something just resonated with them. Like after she said death, wow, that just like, whoa, that's a very, very, very strong word. So let's go out to you guys. Did anybody else get anything from what she just read? Right. Wisdom. This is what it just did. It personifies her. So when you really,
Well, I remember last week we were
Own.
yeah, on your own, you can't.
Yes, you did, Lynn.
and it's done to make it more relatable.
Eat wisdom in your life.
Yes, yes, yes. Instead of trying to do everything on your own, you can't do it.
I don't want to do anything on my own anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me? Y'all feeling this?
Yeah.
Come on up here, Deidre. Talk to me. I do it myself. I got this.
Well, I remember last week I think I gave a definition of personify or personification.
Yes, you did, Lynn.
And it's done to make it more relatable. To make it more relatable to us. And, I've really been thinking over here about wisdom being at the crossroads or being up on a hilltop. When something's up on a hilltop, you can see it for miles around. It's almost like a beacon. Like think of it as a lighthouse in the dark, like during a storm, and it'll show you the path. It serves as a guide, and
That you might want to hire.
Make it your own.
Okay.
Make it your own. Look at your life.
Personifies, right? Wisdom. This is what it just did. It personifies her. So when you really, really start to when you personify something, personify. Feel me? Y'all feeling this?
Yeah.
Come on up here, Deidre. Talk to me. I do it myself. I got this.
well, I remember last week we were I think I gave a definition of personify or personification.
Yes, you did, Lynn.
And it's done to make it more relatable. You know, to make it more relatable to us. And, you know, I've really been thinking over here about wisdom being at the crossroads or the.
All right. So again, I really need to sum this all up. Because I don't mean to be before you too long. Well, you guys got a lot to do out there. But you know, I'm just gonna give you what I want to share something with you before we go. And I'm gonna just base it on one thing. How do you take personal development, which we really specialize in? That's something that my heart is really, really deep. I've been doing this now for over 10 years, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll tell you, it has really helped me, and it's helping me each and every day to become better. So, why is personal development and reading all or are essential? Because we're talking about personal development here. It says engaging in personal development daily or reading a good book is crucial because it keeps your mind sharp. And at the end of the day, if anyone is looking for a way to transform their mind, I think these are the steps that you actually have to be. Make it an intentional, your life, just make it part of your everyday process. It helps you to grow and equips you. It equips you with the tools because one of those tools is called wisdom. So she's been yelling at the rooftop, right? But she says it's like investing in yourself. Every small step builds confidence, improves your skills, and it expands your perspective. As Jim Rohn famously said, formal education will make you a living, but self education will make you a fortune. And until you get that, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to encourage you to come to this class on tomorrow at 9 o'clock a.m., where you go to zoom.us, and then I'll make sure that link is there for you, right? So here's my closing statement, and I'm going to leave out of here. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this. Every day is an opportunity to grow. When you choose to invest in your personal development or pick up a good book, you're not just filling your mind, you're planting seeds for a better future. The person you become through consistent growth will unlock your doors you never imagined. So take one step to today. Read, learn, and grow, and watch how your world begins to change. Remember, as we always say, if we can help you change, then while you become and then who you become will change everything around you. Let's make tomorrow even better than today. See you on tomorrow in the L.C.A. I can't wait to meet you there. And if I don't, hey, try again and listen to the overcut. This is a recording. So listen to that. Okay. So with that being said, my name is Kim Satchel, Mr. Motivator, and I love each and every one of you. God bless. Take care and take charge.